Good morning, everybody here. Welcome to Trading Within the Box here on December 17th here, Sunday, weekly wrap-up. And we're going to go over a lot of stocks we've been following here. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell any stocks, options, equities, or futures, or Forex. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you there. Okay, let's get to it here. First of all, let's go over weeklies here. Okay, we're going to go over, we have to do this fast because we have a lot to cover here. So we're going to go over the weekly charts. Okay, and now let's look at the weekly chart as we're in the red zone. So we got up and above the 458.90 resistance area. We popped our head up above. Now we have to be careful here because we have a massive amount of volume here again. So now watch this. Change in direction, okay? Could be change in direction here, okay? Let's see, okay, let's see. This could be a little bit of a fake out. Or are we heading up to this area right here? We're at the top of this area, which was the high on the week of January 3rd, and that was 479.98. Now we're at 469.33. We closed over the week. So are we going to test to go after that spot right there? Okay, we're in it right now. Okay, we're in it right now. We're going into it with higher volume, but let's see if we get a breakout here. Now this is going to be a crucial point here, or are we going to fail again? Now the first time, let me just say something here. The first time you move into an area on the weekly chart, now watch this. You moved into an area. Right there, what happened? It bounced, okay? Okay, now you moved into this area, boom, what happened? It bounced, okay? Now you moved into this area, what happened? It bounced, okay? You moved into this little area from here, and what happened? It bounced, okay? You moved into this area, it bounced, right? We can go on forever with this. Now, what's happening now? For the first time, we moved, let's look here now. We moved into this area, right? And we went down. We moved into this area. Look at this area right here. And we went down, okay? We moved into this area, right? And what happened? We went down, okay? Now, what's happening for the first time? We're moving into this area, right? Let's see, okay? Now, we're getting long in the tooth here, okay, on this rally, okay? Now, let's see if we get this, okay? Let's see if we get that. So that's something that we're going to have to watch very closely. Let's go over to the banks. On a weekly chart. Now, this is weekly. Each one of these candlesticks is weekly, okay? Now, we get up and above, and we pop our head up above, okay? The red zone, okay? But this could pull back. So we've got to be real careful how we have the flush out of volume, flush out of volume, flush out of volume. So look how you have the flush out, and then you change the direction. You had a flush out, change the direction, okay? Now, this could be happening here, okay? Now, we don't have a huge amount of volume yet, like these are, if you draw a line up in there, okay? So let's just keep watching, okay? Now let's go over to SMH, and then we'll go over to stocks after the small caps. And we have a breakout on the semiconductors, okay? So we have a breakout. Now, will that lead the way for the S&P up, okay? Let's see. That could happen. That could very well happen. Look at the W formation on the weekly chart here. Look at the volume increasing, okay? Let's see if we're going to get to this 190 range. It's 174.08 now. Okay, IWM small caps always tell you the direction before the direction, and trading within the box here. Okay, look at this is a weekly chart now. Okay, now this is a weekly chart, and this is a long period of time. When this started on the week of January 13th, 1 year ago almost, on 2022. Okay, when this started trading within the box. Then we got to the top of it around the week of August 15th. We got to the bottom of it around the week of September 26th. We got the top of it on January. I'm sorry, that was 2 years ago. Okay, so this was a year ago here, January 3rd, 2023, right? Then we got to the bottom of it on the week of March 20th. We got to the top of it in this area on the week of July 24th. We got to the bottom of it on October 23rd, right? So as we look, now we're here, okay? We're at the top of the range again on the week of December the week of December 11th, which was this week, okay, going into the 17th here, okay? So this is a monster sideways consolidation for like 2 years, okay? As you look at this box, that's trading within the box, okay? So on the long term, here, okay? So this market was holding with the speculators, right? Okay? So it's something that you have to always watch. Now let's go over to the all world leader, Microsoft, okay? So let's go over to, now watch what we were saying here. This week had nice volume, okay? We got some dojis on the weekly chart, but we knew this was going to happen. It was going to come back. Now we're at support here on this line here, holding. So it's going to try to make a run, I believe, to 389.47. Right now it's 370.73. Let's see though. Now we could get this, where we get this, and then we break to the 20-day moving average on the weekly chart. We're far away, or we could get a sideways consolidation, okay, on the weekly chart, and it catches up to the 20-day moving average, okay? So we could be trading within the box on the smaller time frames. Let's go over to the daily chart. We could be trading within the box at this point. Okay, so look at the small time frames now. We're trading sideways, okay? And the market goes in the 64% or whatever range sideways a lot, okay? So always remember that. I think it's like 60-something% of the time that it goes sideways, markets, okay? So that's why when the opportunity comes, that's when you have to do it, okay? So we fell below the support level of 366.60 on Microsoft. We got down to the low here this week, and we were down at 364.11, okay? So now we're holding right here in this area. Now, we do have some sellers in here. Look at the sellers a little bit, okay, as we look. Let's go over to, we always look at the volume. We want to check the 45-minute chart and see what kind of volume we got going on here. As we went into the weekend here, it was very light, okay? It was very light. So right now on the daily chart, okay, let's go over to the line chart and see what's going on here. So we have a sideways move here a little bit, okay? Let's go over to Apple, because remember, the big tech has been leading the way here, okay? And on Apple, this is not a surprise. You go into the red zone, into the slam right into the 198.55. Actually, we got to a high of 199, looks like 62 here. So we have, let's stretch this out. We have dojis here now. We have indecision, okay? So what happened here? When we run the daily chart, we had indecision, okay, and then buying, okay. Now we have indecision here, going sideways, catching up. We'll probably catch up to the moving average, and let's see if it makes another run, okay. Now we have decent volume here. We have good volume. We had increasing volume, okay. So let's break it down. Let's first look at the big overall picture on the weekly chart and see how stretched out we are. Now look at this, okay. Look at this. We're way, that's why I said, be careful in the red zone, okay? We're trading within the box. Look at this, okay? And this right here was this where I'm pointing to right here was the week of July 17, 2023, okay? And then the week of July 20, actually that was, the 17th, and the week of the 24th, okay, up in this area. So we're at that point right here, and we went into this swing point right here. Let's go over to volume analysis here. With almost 311 million shares. Now we're pushing into that spot. We pushed into it with 251 and 379. So so if we get up to the 203.32, it's not going to be a surprise. Okay, remember, earnings is the week of January 22nd. Just be careful. So if you've made your profit from here, watch that earnings date. Okay, just be careful with that. Okay, always be careful with that. Let's go over the 2-hour chart right now on Apple. And Apple is the profit taking a little bit here, okay? We're profit taking on Apple a little bit, okay? And that's why you have a little bit of those indecision dojis up there, okay? Let's go over to Tesla. Now on Tesla, let's go over the weekly chart, okay? Because we're at the end of the week here, so I want to look at what's happening with the weekly chart. We have 636 million shares going into 541 on a weekly chart here, okay? We're already into the candlestick from the week of October 9th, okay? So let's see if we tag that high with that 268.94, okay? Let's see if we tag that high. We got some good volume, solid volume on the weekly chart here, okay? Look at the daily chart with the volume. Look at this, okay? There's some nice volume coming off this capitulation candlestick off support, okay? And we come up and above from November 29th, we had, looks like 135 million shares, a little bit more than that, and we were coming into it with 160, okay, into the downdraft here with 125. So this could very well tag the 260. Right now it's 253.50. Okay, so again, look at the small time frames as you're watching this. Look how it's holding. Look how we had the buy signal right here. We had the buy signal on Tesla. Boom, right there. Okay, and that was right before the close on December 13th. Okay, then we come up and they're buying in the pre-market and the aftermarket there. Okay, then boom, we get the engulfing in the pre-market. The buying again. Now we're holding the range, okay? We have a step pattern here, okay? We're holding the range with pretty good volume here, okay? So on Tesla, so we're watching Tesla, Amazon, AMZN. Let's go over to Amazon. Let's go over weekly. Now we had that sideways move. Remember we were going over that sideways move, but we busted our head above on Amazon with good volume. Okay, this week's volume was 317 million shares. The last swing point was 326, and we're going into the downdraft candlestick from the week of April 18, 2022, which had 298 million shares, going into it with 317. So let's look at the high from that candlestick from that week, and we were going up into that was 158.65. Right now we're at 149.97. So it could tag it, okay? It could tag it. Keep in mind, earnings on January, write it down in your book, January 29th earnings, okay? So you always want to know where those earnings are. Let's go over the 2-hour chart and see what's happening inside the engine of Amazon. And here we are now. We hit the wall, okay? So we're up into resistance with the dojis overnight, and let's see what they're going to do, if they're going to bust this above. Now, you had good volume here, and you have decent volume here on Amazon. Okay, so let's go back to the weekly on, let's go to HD, which is Home Depot. These are the ones we've been following, and look at this. Now, this is not a surprise. We've been following this for a while here now, right? We've been following it from all the way down here, down in this area, okay? So let's go over to a line chart. Look at that gorgeous W formation with the right side higher. Boom, right there. This is textbook right there, pointing up, okay? And then it just ran away, okay? Now, look at this massive volume here, okay, on a weekly chart here. So now, let's look at this. Let's look at this. So now we're going into the last time we came down. Now let's drag this out, okay? So we're down into this downdraft right here from January 18, 2022 at 24.772 million shares. We're going into that with almost 37 million shares, okay? Then the next downdraft from January 10, 2022 at 24. You got 37 million. And on January 3rd, 2022 with 19 million shares going into that with that 36. So it doesn't mean it can't pull back, but that's very powerful, okay? It's very powerful as you're going into those ranges. That's the overall picture, okay? Now watch this. Look at the volume on Home Depot, okay? Look at this. Look at this increasing volume, okay? Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. Then watch the step pattern. Step up, step. This is as solid as a rock. Engulfing buy signal. Step, dojis, and then you get up and above. Boom, another buy signal. Up, you get up and above, and now you're off to the races to the 357.27. Okay, now you're at 354 this close. Okay, And you got the moving average. This is a power stock right now, okay? Home Depot's a power stock. But remember, a lot of the move was made already. So, we were down here in this area, 301, and we're at 354 now, okay? So we've been following this for a while now. Okay, we've been following this from October, end of October, okay? So Goldman Sachs, the leader of the banking sector here. Let's look at a weekly chart now. Watch the top of the line here, okay, as we're in the red zone. Slam, boom. Now this is on a weekly chart here, so remember what happens when they always first move into them for the first time. Don't be surprised if you get hit, okay? Don't be surprised. Now I'm not saying you're going to get hit, but I'm saying that's a profit-taking area, okay? Let's go over to break it down to a daily chart. Now we have the doji, okay? We had some beautiful volume. Remember, earnings right in your book, January 26, 2024. We come up with this massive buying here. This rode the 9-day moving average. It rode it right up, very solid. That means it couldn't even pull back to the 20-day. Step pattern, step, buy signal, step, buy signal. Sideways consolidation, boom, breakout, okay? So now we have the indecision candlestick, okay, so we could get a little bit of a pullback here to support, or just stays here, comes back to support, rides the 9-day, and then we head up to 398.50. That's very well possible, okay? Anything can happen. We could turn on bad news on a dime anywhere at any time. Don't ever think you're ever safe, ever, anywhere. Let's go over to Caterpillar, CAT, CAT. Now Caterpillar, you have weekly chart. We have velocity candlestick on the weekly chart here, okay? So we're going into the week of July 31st that went with 30 million shares, 30.33 million shares going in to a 22.78. So you're going into this area with a little lighter volume here, and now you're in the red zone here, okay? You're right smack into it on a weekly chart, so don't be surprised if you're going to get smacked with a little bit of profit taking, okay? Don't be surprised. You got a lot of increasing volume here. You got a lot of exchange of money here, okay, Goldman Sachs. Now, it doesn't mean that this run is over. It just means that you can get a little bit of a pullback to here, let's say to 273 or 275 or whatever it could hold. We have a gap in that spot, and then boom, we can be at 292.35 again. Okay, if this rally continues. Okay, if the rally continues. Now, Costco, let's go over to Costco. Costco, this is no surprise. We've been following this one too. And look at the weekly chart, okay, on Costco. And on Costco, now we have a new support area here, okay, right where the gap is, okay, right there, boom. So we have sometimes you'll get these where you get the flush out of volume. Now, we have the big money exchange areas, okay? Remember those candlesticks are magnets. We had it here, happened right here, and then what? We had a change in direction. Now we're having it happen here, okay? Let's see at one point, now I'm not saying right now, but let's say if we come up and then we get a change of direction, okay? At one point here, because we're very overbought here, okay? We're very overbought. NVIDIA, let's go to NVIDIA. It's one we've been following. And NVIDIA holding right now sideways, okay, on a weekly chart. Here, sideways with NVIDIA. That's what we've been watching. And look at this, okay? So we're in a sideways consolidation on NVIDIA, okay? But it's holding pretty strong right in this area. So if it goes sideways and breaks out, it could be a 540, 410. If it breaks down, we'll go back down to this range of 402 or 420, in that range, okay? Right now it's 488.90 on NVIDIA, okay? How amazing that run was, okay? Look at that run back in this area where on January 9th. Look at this run. What an insane run that is. Duke Energy. Let's go over to Duke Energy. Moving along fast with this. And Duke Energy, look at this. We got another monster candlestick here. Now, watch this on a weekly chart. I want you to watch something here. Look at this. Where was that? We had a reversal right after that, okay? Where was this? right there we had a reversal. Where was this candlestick? When it sticks out like a sore thumb, like a building, we had another little reversal, okay? Where was this one? Boom. We had to change the direction, right? We had one here. We had to change direction, right? Now let's see, we're up in this area. If we get a little bit of a change of direction. Now I'm not saying it's going to pull all the way down to here, but it could pull down to here at one point. So let's see. At that point, you might get a discount on Duke Energy. Let's see right now. On Dominion Energy Incorporated here, let's look at the weekly chart, and we slammed, boom, right into resistance, okay? So we had good volume here, but we just slammed. Now let's see if this is going to continue, because now we're getting above the 20-day moving average. So we had a trend change right on the daily chart. It started on November 3rd and 6th around that time. November 13th, and we had the trend change, okay, right? So let's see what happens there as we get into the red zone in this area right here. We're in the red zone right there, okay? Right there, okay? Let's go over to GDX. GDX, same thing. Now you had the velocity candlestick the other day, and that's the way gold moves, okay? The gold miners stocks, they move viciously and fast and furiously, okay? So where I drew this little pink line here, right in this spot, which is right here, right there, you'll see that's where the money exchange was, okay? That's why, and that line was drawn way before. So you see how they took the profits and boom, okay? That's where the money exchange was when we were looking at the order flow, okay? So look at the volume coming into this area. Now, this could very well be this kind of a thing, because look at the volume here. Now, look at the time when you went up here, okay? And then look at the time when you went up here, okay? Look at this. Look at this volume. Now, you could be getting this kind of a thing. You could be getting this, we pull back, and then boom, that, okay? That's very possible, okay? That's what's going on the daily chart on GDX now. On the weekly chart, we have good volume going in. Let's see what happens, though. Remember what happens here, okay? The last time we had this kind of volume, right? Look what happened, okay, on gold. Now look at this one here, okay? We could be getting that kind of a thing, okay? We got to watch. We got to just keep watching. Now we're on a 2-hour chart on gold on GDX. We pulled all the way down on a 2-hour chart. Last time we pulled all the way down on the stochastic, we were here. We had engulfing candlestick with nice volume, and we held. Okay, now we're in a sideways consolidation. We're pulling all the way back, and we're holding. So we hold and we get engulfing. Boom, we'll be heading back up again. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for on GDX. That's what you should be looking for on GDX. Okay, so let's go over the weekly chart on silver, SLV. On silver, and let's look at silver now, okay? Silver, this could be higher lows here on the weekly chart. 1, 2, and 3, okay? Look at the volume here now, okay? Last time we had this kind of volume on silver, what? Went up, right? A lot. So let's see if that's what's going to happen with silver, okay? On UUP, the US dollar, now on UUP, as we look at it here, look what we got going on here now on the weekly chart. So we could be having an M formation here, okay? An M formation down, okay? The selling volume picking up on the weekly chart, okay? So that's something. Now let's watch the dollar on the daily chart here, okay? Look at it breaking down here, okay? Okay, you got lower highs, okay? Lower lows here. Got another lower low here, okay? So it's something that you want to watch. Doesn't mean you can't get a little bit of a pop and then boom, back down, okay? Now, 28.81, let's see if it holds, okay? But I don't know about that because gold usually going into January is pretty strong, okay? That's just, an opinion. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. So, Procter & Gamble, let's go over the weekly chart. Now, on Procter & Gamble, look at where you are trading within the box here, okay? Let's look at this, okay? Look at this thing right here. So you had another buy point right here and you have a flush out of volume right here. Look at this. Right at the spot, Okay, so let's see if this is going to reverse and then start going back up again on Procter & Gamble, because we got a little discount here. So at a little bit of weakness, okay, on Procter & Gamble, but where are you? At a major support area right here, okay? So let's see if we, now look at the volume coming in with the covering. Let's see if we get this, we get the W, and then we start heading up, okay? That's what happened in this area right here, right? Okay. So that's why I wanted to show you Procter & Gamble. Now, I want to show you really fast on Taiwan Semiconductor, okay? On Taiwan Semiconductor, okay, look at this with the increasing volume right here, okay? Look at that. Going into this range, though. Remember we said it. Look at the W with the engulfing, and then, boom, we get the sideways with a little breakout. So let's see how far that goes. How far that, we'll be watching that one. Last one of the day, McDonald's, and we have a capitulation reversal candlestick here right now on a weekly chart. Okay, whoop, it's a bad drawing. And right there, okay? So we have a little bit of reversal there, okay? So let's watch that. Now, let's go, as we go over to a daily chart on McDonald's, look at the profit taking. Look at the profit. We just saw it on the weekly. Okay, down, right? And then let's see what happens once it gets in this area right here, okay? Right there, okay? So that's something, okay, that we're going to keep watching on 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart, we got a pullback on McDonald's, and we have a break step down for now, okay? We have a break step down. We have the large engulfing, sideways, large engulfing down. Let's see if we get sideways and we get large engulfing down to 283.03. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, the first stop down with the is 285.56 to, let's say, 285 range, in that range. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen there. Okay, we're at McDonald's. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Please like, subscribe, share my channel if you'd like the content here, if it helps you. Thank you for coming to Trading Within the Box. Have a wonderful holiday week here. And we'll see you very soon. Thank you for calling.